staying on with the topic of changing perceptions and whatnot, which I think you've already done a really good job of. What is the biggest misconception about film school, and how would you hope to change that today? If there is anybody who's, I don't know, 17, 18
Hmm.
years old, or it really doesn't even matter what age you are before you go into schooling or anything like that, how would you, maybe not necessarily like be
Hmm.
like, you have to go to film school, but at least maybe kind of change their minds a little bit if you could.
Well, I'd say if anything, and this might be a weird way to start it, is like you don't need to go to film school,
Hmm.
but I feel like you kind of should a little bit because the thing is like
I
the
mean, you can do what I've done and get like the YouTube,
yeah, and that is effective.
education.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does work, but it's just one of those things where it's like you can get more mileage out of putting yourself into situations where you don't think you'll be able to work in, right,
Hmm.
all the way. And like I said, it's comfort zone. It's kind of pushing yourself because by going there, you get to meet, meet like meet like-minded people and stuff,
Hmm.
and those people then push you, and you push them, and you guys all start motivating. You get those connections, and you learn how to do it right. Because if you just throw yourself into like trying to find these places and stuff, you're gonna have a harder time. I feel like finding people that know how to light, people that want to help you write your scripts, people that want to film a movie for you, right?
Hmm.
Because you're just walking into the open world. You have no direction of like there or there, right? But like with film school, there's a whole building of all these people that are just waiting to meet you and you to
Hmm.
meet them. And I feel like that's what's important is to make those connections there, so you can have people that you have these like-minded experiences with, and
Hmm.
also making friends along the way that are just maybe even outside of film. Because something that I've really just kind of had in my head over the course of my life is nothing's better than making movies with your friends and
Hmm.
stuff. Like,
100%.
I don't think you should ever make a movie with people that you just kind of like, eh, you know, because it's just like, I mean, you probably do and stuff. I mean, studios
Yeah.
put people that don't know each other together like all the time and always drama filled and everything. But
Yeah.
my best moments are like when I'm on a film set with friends and stuff like that. And like I said, with like watchers, I made uh good friends there. There's a dude named Spencer and
Hmm.
stuff that we get along really well. Every time we're on set, we like
Yeah.
dab each other up. We're like, hey man, and he's worked on my stuff, and
Yeah.
if he ever needs help, I'll help with him and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's purely just because the school has taught me so much to just go out and just to talk to people, and these like-minded individuals
Hmm.
will get along with you if you work well and communicate well and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
then when I go on these sets that are outside of school, I
Yeah.
apply to that and I meet great people and
Hmm.
have fun times.
Yeah. 100%. Well, and that's something that, um, whenever I do look back on like all my experiences and whatnot, like, yeah, I learned a lot from those sets. But what I think film school 100% does a better job of doing than just going out and doing work the way that I did is you get a foot in the door in networking.
Mm-hmm.
You get to meet all these other people who in your class, yeah, are kind of like, quote unquote, your competition,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a friendly competition.
Mm-hmm.
You get to go and you get to network with this other guy who's doing great things on his film. You get to go hang out with this girl and she's doing amazing things with her film and whatnot. So there is a lot of networking right out of the gate with film school that I think does a much better job than just normal networking, because everybody in the field and whatnot is no longer in school. So now they're all trying to
Mm-hmm.
compete and think, we're God's gift to the world. So
I do think the compete word is interesting because um maybe not everybody says it or shares it as much, right? But
Mhm.
everybody think you kind of have to have some semblance of an ego when making projects and stuff because it's like it's your ideas, you're presenting it, you're wanting it to be
Yeah.
good, you feel it should be good. So it's like there's always there. And I think cool thing about film school is you're in a room with like I don't know, like 20 people that
Yeah.
pretty much all have that on their mind. They're just not expressing it yet.
Yeah.
But when they start doing it, you start to realize like you need to tame that down
Mhm.
and then push those people up because that's how you get places. You don't get places by standing on top of them. You get places because you're able to prop them up, type
Yep.
of deal.
Yep.
And that's just kind of the thing that I've learned is like you got to know these people aren't your competition. You're not trying to make this better than this one person or like one up that person. You're like, you're supposed to be like, that was cool. I want to learn that from you and
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And I think you can't really get that outside of film school because you're just in a bubble of people that you're like, hey, I want you to help me on this, right? So you're like, I'll help you on that, and you're like doing boom pole or like gaffing or something like that. You can't really feel too much because you're just working for them.
Mhm.
But if you're doing your own thing and you're meeting people that are doing also their own thing,
Mhm.
you start to kind of feed off of each other and how you operate. And I think that's
Yeah.
something that you can only get in that school, and
Yeah.
that's led to a lot of really interesting
Yeah.
moments.
Yeah. My dad, I remember whenever I got my first job, he actually sat me down. This is something that's stuck with me throughout all of my life.
Hmm.
And I remember it very, very clearly. And it's kind of what you were just talking about. He said to me, the shoulders that you step on to get ahead
Hmm.
in life are connected to the asses you got to kiss on your way back down. To which I was just like, wow, okay, so don't step on anybody's shoulders,
Hmm.
because if I get to the top and then my ego catches up with me and then I have to crash down, they're not going to want to help me because now I have
Hmm.
to kiss ass.
Yeah.
So always, 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 always be humble
Hmm.
with where you are. That's always kind of like my goal on any film and whatnot. Is I always try to. Of course, I try to have fun. You know that
Hmm.
I'm a goofy guy on set.
Yeah.
Um, so I always try to have fun, but I always try to take like every single experience, or not take every single experience for granted. You know,
Hmm.
because this could be the last project I ever work on. Hopefully not,
Hmm.
but maybe there's more in the future and all that sort of stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, and like I stated earlier, these are your friends. Don't
Hmm.
um let's like don't like abuse them, don't hurt them on set, don't like
Yeah.
take for granted like it's you're there to like have them all be like this collective
Yeah.
thing, and the thing is that they're doing it because they support you,
Yeah.
and because they're supporting you on set, you should also support them
Hmm.
in their things, right? Because like for instance, some people might make props for my movies, right?
Hmm.
They're supporting me. They're just doing it because they want to, right? But I'll just be like, "That's awesome. I'll
Yeah.
share it. I'm like, I'll do anything to like help out your work, right?
Yeah.
Because the thing is, like I said, it's always like a feedback, right?
Yeah.
Like, just the thing was, is like, there's this little drawing of Kent that was just recently made,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. I
And the
saw
thing
that.
was,
Yeah.
is like, my friend Makai, he made that for the like the Instagram like promotion and stuff like that,
Sure.
right? And he supported me. But the thing is like I wanted him to draw that so I could then turn that post into highlighting him as an artist and stuff.
Yeah.
Because the
Yeah.
thing is like it's just all about healthy support. They should never be like beneath you when you're working with people. Everybody should be
Absolutely.
on the equal plane and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And I hope that like anybody that doesn't feel that way should learn that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the thing is like some people have worked with me for like forever and stuff, and that's purely because it's just like this nice healthy balance of
Hmm.
like you help me, I help you, and you're here, and I respect that and I appreciate that, right?
Hmm.
And yeah.
Nolan, Tarantino, Scorsese, Spielberg, some of those big name guys, all consistently work with the
Mm-hmm.
same people over
Mm-hmm.
and over and over again.
Yes.
Do you have people on a list like that?
Uh, I
Kind of like on a
I would say
speed
Deshaun.
dial?
Deshaun's like my
I just
actor
said
dude.
speed dial. Who
Uh,
uses speed dial anymore?
Yeah, I'd say Deshaun. I like what was it? One time he's like, "Am I your Bruce Campbell?" And I'm like, "At this point, yeah, pretty much." And like I said, Jake, he's like my camera operator for everything, right?
Yeah.
Trying to think like there's so many people. Nolan, he's been in handful of projects over the years.
Hmm.
Chris as well. I'm blanking on so many names, but there's a lot. I mean,
There's a lot of
if
people.
anybody is watching this and stuff, you guys have all been amazing in helping me, and no, I do appreciate it like fully because it's also nice to just be around people that you've known for
Hmm.
so long. Because Chris and we went to high school together,
Hmm.
and we were just working with our little DSLRs and stuff, and we just wrapped a movie where we shot in like this really nice location, and
Yeah.
we have like these nice lights, and we have like these headsets for communicating AD papers and shot
Hmm.
lists and all that. I'm like, we've gone back and forth and helping each other so much over the years, and we've grown because of that. And
Hmm.
it's so cool to see the consistency. That's what I like with working with people over time, is you see them grow as well.
Hmm.
And yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I definitely do have a list of people, and I hope to keep that list for as long as I can,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
hopefully I'm on their list as well.